Blitz here for another edition of Superstars of the Ring. Now, on last week's show, we saw Julian Marks being revealed as the mystery attacker, and of course the aftermath of what happened with his match with Rock and Roll Chris Turner. He was arrested for an altercation that he had gotten into with our head of security, and subsequently taken to jail. So let's go ahead and revisit the action right now.
I want this smoke! Please stand by. You! No! 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 Take it out! Yeah, get out of here. Get out of talking people for me.
Well, there you have it. Julian Marks has been arrested and taken away, and we're still not quite sure of his status here in CCW, and hopefully real soon we're going to have an update from our board of directors as to what their course of action concerning him is. In the meantime, we're going to go to some tag team action where earlier that evening he tagged with Christian Evans in a match for the CCW tag team titles against the Society of Sin. gentlemen. An otherwise really good tag team match. If you notice there towards the end, Julian Marks was starting to become a little bit more conspicuous by his absence, and it ultimately led to a pretty severe beating on Christian Evans. Of course, you can always go to Facebook and check out the injuries because there are some pretty graphic pictures. But on the subject of Julian Marks, we might have a little bit more insight as far as to what course of action the board of directors are going to be taking. Because right now in the studio, I have Jerome Jackson in here with an update. Jerome?
Hey, how you doing, Blitz?
What's going on, partner?
Long time no see, man.
Nice vest.
I know, it looks good.
Stop, just carry on.
All right. Well, so I've talked with the board of directors. The board of directors have stated that they have suspended Julian, not indefinitely. I mean, even though it was one heck of a night that he put not just CCW in, but Rock and Roll Chris Turner, the locker room, everybody. But Julian's been suspended for 60 days as of Stampede. So his suspension's been going since, I guess, since the day he's been arrested.
So he's already about midway through then.
I'm guessing so.
Okay.
I'm guessing so, how things are looking. And hopefully next week we will have an interview with Julian Marks right here on Superstars of the Ring.
All right. Well, I of course will definitely be interested in seeing that. Speaking of interviews, I'm going to move away from Julian Marks because it's upsetting me.
Sorry to hear.
Well, personal reasons aside, speaking of interviews, we have another real good interview right now with two members of the collective. Our boss, the collective advisor, Mark Falcone, and the revelator, Kevin Toole. I don't seem too thrilled about that.
I mean, is Mark coming in here, or is he going to kick me out?
Yeah, just let's go to the interview.
Okay.
Relax.
I'm just saying.
You know, CCW board members and everything about this Julian Marks issue doesn't mean a thing. Their reaction doesn't mean anything, because you know what? He messed with us, and that's the last thing he's going to do. The last.
CCW, if you do not take matters into your own hands, you won't like what we do.
I told you didn't have anything to worry about. Mark Falcone, he got the interview separately. He's not going to kick you off of the show.
I'm just used to it, man. I'm sorry. I mean, every time he comes in, it's always, you stay, Jerome goes. So excuse me for just being a little weary of that.
Well, I can respect that, and I know Mr. Falcone and I have definitely been at odds with a lot in the past, but the man is still a professional, and he's not going to do anything to embarrass you, I promise. Having said that, he and I do share a common situation right here, and that is how we feel, obviously, about Julian Marks. It is clearly obvious that Julian Marks does not have any allegiances here at all in CCW. He has burned a lot of bridges, and is no doubt going to come back to bite him, in the future.
No friends, and especially no family after attacking his own brother.
His own brother, Ethan Marks, is still out on the shelf indefinitely, and we have no idea if and when he will return. So, having said that, like you mentioned earlier, we're going to hear from Julian Marks in next week's show.
Well, speaking of even more interviews, we're also supposed to hear from Rock and Roll Chris Turner, and that should be I guess a thrilling interview with him.
Well, I probably would have used a different word, but we'll go with thrilling. So
I understand.
So
that.
Next week's show is definitely going to be a big one, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a fantastic week. We've got fantastic things planned on for the future. Make sure you're always checking us out on our Facebook page and at ccwrestling.biz. For Jerome Jackson, I'm Brian Blitz, and until next time, we'll see you at ringside.
Did he just push me out for the camera?